2.1 and 2.2, solving 1 and 2 step equations. This is the day 1 lesson. We're going to solve an equation for the missing variable and create a table and graph to show all possible solutions to an equation. The math needed for today, I laid out a 5-step process for isolating a linear variable in order to help us solve an equation. So this is going to be useful throughout the lesson today. Alright, so we're going to be kind of coming back to this. First problem, we want to solve the equation for x. So what that means is we've got to get x by itself. Now, in order to do that, let's look to apply these 5 steps. So is there a spot where we can distribute? Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. In this case, there is. We can distribute the 2 to the 3x and to the 6. So 2 times 3x is going to give us 6x. 2 times 6 is a positive 12. Minus 5 equals 8x minus 3 plus 3x. Okay, the next step is to combine like terms on each side of the equal sign. So we have a positive 12 and a negative 5. We can combine those to be 7. So we have 6x plus 7 equals. Then over here we have an 8x and a positive 3x. So that's 11x minus 3. Alright, next we want to get rid of the variable on the same side. So remember to move the smaller coefficient variable to the other side. Alright, so we have 6x and we have 11x. So which one's smaller? The 6x. So we're going to subtract 6x from both sides. So 7 is going to equal 5x minus 3. Alright, and then get rid of addition and subtraction from the side of the variable. So here's my 5x. Now you cannot combine 5x and negative 3. Those are not like terms. So let's get rid of the positive 3 because they're on the same side. It's on the same side as the 5x, so the variable with the our variable. So we have 10 equals 5x. So we're good there. And then get rid of multiplication and division from the side of the variable. So we're going to divide both sides by 5. So 10 divided by 5 is 2. So 2 equals x. And there you have it. We solved for x. Now, when we're doing this problem, we used all 5. Just so you know, that's not always the case. You may use, 3 of the 5, 2 of the 5. Just make sure you go through this in the proper sequence. Alright, in problem 2, we want to find the value of x. That solves each y value. Complete the table and then graph the solutions. So we want to find out what x is when y is negative 2. So we're going to plug in negative 2 for y. Okay, so look to distribute. Nothing to distribute. Can you combine like terms on each side of the equal sign? The answer is no, because 2x and 6, positive 6, are not like terms. So then we're going to look at the 2x and move what's on the same side of it. That's a positive 6, so subtract 6 from both sides. Alright, to get x by itself, we have 2 times x, so what undoes multiplication? Division. So we're going to have negative 4 equals x. Alright. Now plug in 0 for y. So 0 equals 2x plus 6. Again, we cannot distribute and cannot combine like terms. 2x and 6 are not like terms. So we're going to subtract 6 from both sides, get the 2x by itself. And then we're going to divide both sides by 2. So negative 3 equals x. And we're going to come and plot these points, negative 3, 0, and negative 4, negative 2. And then connect. And there's your line. Alright, number 3, we're going to plug in negative 7 for y. Add 1 to both sides. Okay, so we have negative 6 equals 3x, so we're going to divide by 3. So negative 6 divided by 3 is negative 2. So negative 2 equals x. Alright, now we're going to plug in 8 for y. So that equals 3x minus 1. We're going to add 1 to both sides. So 9 equals 3x. Divide both sides by 3. So 3 equals x. So we'll plot these points, 3, 8. Negative 2, negative 7. Alright, number 4, we have y equals 1 half x plus 4. So we're going to plug in negative 6 for y. Okay, so subtract 4 from both sides. So we have negative 10 equals 1 half x. Alright, now, to get rid of the 1 half x, we have 1 divided by 2. So what undoes division? Multiplication. So we're going to multiply both sides by 2 over 1. So 2 times negative 10 is negative 20. So negative 20 equals x. Alright, plug in 0 for y. So 0 equals 1 half x plus 4. We're going to subtract 4 from both sides. So negative 4 equals 1 half x. Okay, now we're going to multiply again by 2 over 1. So 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. And that equals x. Alright, so plot the points. So negative 20, negative 6 is not going to be on this graph. So let's do negative 8, 0. It's right there. And then let's go back and look here at the equation. We can get another point, the y-intercept. It's going to be 0, 4. We'll connect. We're good there. Alright. So what I want you to do right now is press pause, and I want you to work on problems 5, 6, and 7 right now on your own. So do problems 5, 6, and 7 right now on your own. When you're finished, go ahead and unpause and check your answers. Okay, here are the answers for 5 and 6. Okay, and then here's the correct answer for number 7. Alright, so I want to do 8 together because it deals with fractions, and just want to refresh the memory with you guys a little bit. So if we plug in -5 for y, we're going to have -5 equals 1/4 minus 3/4 x. Okay, and now we're going to have to get the -3/4 x by itself. So we have a positive 1/4, so we're going to have to subtract 1/4 from both sides. So we have -5 minus 1/4 equals -3/4 x. So this is really -5 over 1. Now we cannot subtract here because the denominators are not the same. So I have to write -5 with the denominator of 4. So I'm going to come up here. So you have -5 over 1. That's going to equal, and we just said we want a denominator of 4. So 1 times what gives you 4? Well, 1 times 4. So you multiply the -5 times 4, and you're going to get -20. So I'm going to replace this with this. So I have -20 over 4 minus 1/4 equals -3/4 x. -20 minus 1 is -21 over 4. Alright, and then to get the x by itself, I'm going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal of -4/3. I'm sorry, the reciprocal of -3/4, which is -4/3. Okay, so if you do -4/3 times -21/4, you're going to get a positive 7 equaling x. So x is going to be equal to 7. Okay, so we're going to plot that point, -5, 7. I'm sorry, 7, -5. Okay. Alright, go ahead and try, well, try the last two. Plug in 1 and plug in 4. Actually, we'll do one more together. Erase this. Nope. Okay. If we plug in 1, so we have 1 equals 1/4 minus 3/4 x. So we're going to subtract 1/4 from both sides. So we have 1 minus 1/4 equaling -3/4 x. Okay, so how do you write 1 over 1 with a denominator of 4, because we can't subtract them as is. They don't have a common denominator. So 1 times what gives you 4? 1 times 4 does. So you got to multiply the top by 4 as well. So we're going to get 4 over 4. So I have 4 over 4 minus 1/4 equals negative 3/4 x. 4 minus 1 is 3. So we're going to have 3/4 equaling to negative 3/4 x. Alright, to get x by itself, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal, so negative 4/3. Alright, when you do that, those cancel, so you just have with negative 1 over here. Equals x. And this cancels. So negative 1, 1. Alright, now go ahead and hit pause and try the last one. Try the last one, plugging in 4 for y. Okay, and when you plug in 4 for y, you should get negative 5 for x. And there's your line. Okay, so that wraps up the lesson. Hopefully it wasn't too bad for you guys.